is pitching and flipping. The other is using this on a jig head. A little ringworm like this, guys, you put it on an 1/8 ounce jig head and just cast it the same place as you were like a shaky head, an exposed jig head on it. I've caught tons of fish like that. But moreover, we're talking about Texas rigging this, and the sinker that I use 2 different sinkers, a 3/16 or a 1/4 ounce. 3/16 is probably my favorite with it, and I'll flip it like on 17 to 20 pound test Seaguar Vezix line, like a 2-aught hook. It's a finesse flipping bait. And colors, guys, there's 3 basic colors I like. I like any type of the black and blue. The black and chartreuse tail's good. June bug, like that. Motor oil, but those are some of my favorite colors that I use with it. But I want to talk about primarily where this thing excels at and when you want to fish it in today's episode here. Okay, first of all, it is a finesse bait. It's a finesse flipping bait, but there's something about the ribs on that ringworm and the little tail that attracts good fish. That bait right there bailed me out. The last Bassmaster tournament I won down at the Mobile Delta in Alabama, I was catching all my fish on the jig for the most part, first 3 days of the tournament, and I was fishing a fairly small creek, and I was making repeated pass back and forth, and by the end of the day, that last day, they were getting conditioned to my jig, and I only had 2 fish in the box on the jig. I put on that ringworm. I put it on 25 pound test mono back at the time with the 3/16 sinker, and I filled out my limit with 3 more fish and won the tournament. So I've used it actually to win tournaments. But here's the conditions I like it with. First of all, it's a stained water bait, but not like a dirty water bait. I like water visibility for that ringworm. About 1 to 2 foot is perfect for it. And another situation with it is it works in warmer water. I prefer it if that water temperature is over 70 degrees. Any type of shallow wood cover where you have to be really slow and finessey. This is a really good bait for those spooky, shallow fish in off-colored water. So if you're in the back of a cove, or if you're fishing the back end of a creek or something like that, and it's quiet, and the water's shallow, and you got a log here, you got a dock piling here, you got a stump over there, sort of like isolated cover, this is when that ringworm excels more than anything. It will get bit when nothing else will. Main thing is like anything else, you just have to know when to throw it, and it's a good mop-up bait. In other words, I rarely just start out with the ringworm flipping it. A lot of times when I'm flipping and pitching, I'm trying to catch the bigger fish first, and I'll use a brush hog or a creature bait or a jig. But just like I said in that last tournament I won, and that's not the only tournament that I've done that in. I've done several tournaments where that ringworm